Hi guys, before I get into the actual video, I kind of want to discuss something with you guys, truthfully. I'm going to try to get through this as quick as possible. I've been having problems with YouTube lately, and it's making my job as an entertainer for you guys a lot harder. Um, because the last couple of videos that I wanted to do, especially for the ones that won the YouTube subscriber poll, like Superman Doomsday, well, not that one didn't win its subscriber poll, but Batman, Superman, Doomsday, and especially when I last tried to do Doctor Who, which is the video that I'm redoing here, um, all got copyrighted for some strange reason, and I have absolutely no idea why. And it's kind of pissing me off to the point where I'm like, do I want to, continue doing this anymore because it's just getting too far stressful? But I'm going to try to soldier through it. I have no idea what happened, um, have no theories or anything. So I'm just going to try to power through doing this again, and hopefully that YouTube will stop copyrighting me for some weird reason. The copyright bots or whatever, or if it's someone doing it, please stop. You're making my job a whole lot more stressful and harder. So I'm going to try to avoid the YouTube copyright bots, but yeah, I'm going to dive on into the 12 Doctor series. So please enjoy if this video doesn't get copyrighted. If it does, then just know that I know that you won't be probably see this, but just know that I will go insane if that happens. But please enjoy the video already in process. Well, here we go again, and with the hopes of no copyrights on this damn video. But greetings, geeks and nerds and ways, universe and white and nerdy. And yeah, YouTube has copyrighted my Superman Doomsday and Superman Batman and my Superman Batman reviews, which I'll have to try to cut corners around that at some point. If not this year, there's always next year. Always remember that. But now I have to change my schedule up again. But I decided to go with something that I'm actually a big fan of, but haven't really talked about before. And that is Doctor Who. More specifically, the 12th Doctor incarnation. So yeah, I've never seen the Peter Capaldi Doctor Who, but I've heard very, very many good things about it, and which, yeah, it makes me happy and actually eager to check this series out. So I'm going to be checking out the legendary Peter Capaldi Doctor Who series, so please like, comment, subscribe, and join in on the adventure, and let me know if I should review more Doctor Who in the future. For those of you that don't know, Doctor Who is a 60 years by this point, long-running series that keeps having different incarnations. Originally, when the series first started with William Hartnell as the Doctor, they weren't really sure what to do because Hartnell wanted to do other projects, or he was basically at the age where he was like wanted to retire. So they decided to come up with a fantastic idea of how to get around this regeneration. See, the Doctor is known as a being called a Time Lord, and when their time is up, they regenerate into different Doctors, which is the reason why the Doctors have been played by several different actors throughout the period, from people like Tom Baker, um, Sylvester McCoy, Matt Smith, David Tennant, and now what we're talking about today, Peter Capaldi. Now, in case people are wondering, Matt Smith is my all-time favorite Doctor. He really is the one that got me into Doctor Who, because when I kept hearing several good things about Doctor Who, I finally got to check it out on the British Broadcasting Channel, or channel 69. I'm so mature. But I finally was able to check it out a couple of episodes, and I really got into the series. And Matt Smith was a grand performer. I saw him from his first episode almost until his last. That's how big of a fan that I was watching the Matt Smith series. But I wasn't available, kind of, to watch the legendary Peter Capaldi series. So that's where we are now. So, did I accidentally miss out on something great, or did I really, you know, do something awful and be like, ooh, like there's going to be several commenters going, you skipped out on the best season ever. But I'm not really going to talk about the plot because the plot of Doctor Who always feels around the TARDIS, as you can see in the back here, which is a time traveling device that's bigger on the inside than it looks on the outside, and it can time travel to different worlds across time, space, multiverses, whatever have you. So we're going to take another grand scheme and look into things. So let's dive into Doctor Who, and before we talk about the performers, just kind of talk about what happens in the series. The Doctor regenerated, this time taking on a much more older form, for now he kind of has lost his mind after his regeneration and what the trouble that he went through. For the poor Doctor has lost everything to him, his memories, everything that's been important to him throughout the years when he has chosen his new regenerated form, much to his irritation.
Right. Oh, it's cold. That's right, it's cold. It's cold in you as a thing. I need to.
Which the Doctor had to decide if he is still the legendary Doctor of all time and the savior of the world, or if he finally had lost his mind and went to the other side. And especially with the mysterious villainess pulling the strings behind the scenes, it's up to the Doctor to finally find out if he truly is of a legendary hero. Now, in case you're wondering, and I will pin it in the comments down below, you can go and find Erod Buster's video upon the where to find the 12th Doctor video, which I recommend his. He goes into some great details about how Peter Capaldi picked the Doctor's suit, his favorite villains, everything like that, which is great. But I'm not going to do that here. So the plot already was interesting, and seeing the Doctor basically rise back up is pretty damn good. And just to let people know, this is only part 1 of series 8. So I do have series 9 part 1, so technically that's part 2 in a sense. So maybe next year I'll do like a part 2 to this and talk about series 9 and everything. But let's jump back into series 8, which I'm going to talk about my favorite episode toward the end of this, so just keep in touch. But we are going to actually jump into talking about the actors of the series, the ones who really shined in the series, which is only 2 of them. So, before we talk about the Legendary Doctor, let's talk about his legendary sidekick. And who is the sidekick this time around? Quilla Oswald, played by the brilliant, beautiful, and kind of cute and adorable Jenna Coleman. Quilla is easily the heart and soul of the series and the heart and soul behind the Doctor, for she follows him throughout every adventure that the poor guy had, no matter what he gets into. So she is very worried about the Doctor and hoping that he'll do the right thing and feel the right form. She's still behind the Doctor and supporting him 100%, including giving him advice. For instead of mostly being the damsel in distress, mostly of the series, this time they decided for Quilla that she should actually be the one mostly involved with the Doctor more so than others. As Quilla is definitely the heart and soul behind the Doctor, as she's the one that makes him feel the way that he feels and make the better decisions of himself, also see the best of himself. For our dear Clara tries to have a normal life, but because she's being the Doctor's confidant and the Doctor's sidekick, she can never really have a normal life. But Quilla is exactly the Doctor's opposite, where the Doctor is cold and calculating, she's warm-hearted, kind, and will always be behind your back even if you don't want her there. And despite all the torture, trauma, whatever that the Doctor puts her through, she's still there supporting the Doctor every step of the way, being definitely the heart of the series. And also, Jenna seems to have another job on top of being the Doctor's helper slash sidekick. She's also that of a teacher, and working inside of a school while at the time being a superhero. Yeah, man, teachers themselves are superheroes. Look up to a teacher today and go, hey, you know what? You're a superhero. And if you're a teacher, teacher's assistant, whatever have you, and you're watching this video, then you too are a superhero. Give yourself a pat on the back for what you do for those great children that you support. Then, yeah, I know for teachers that sometimes these kids might get irritating or on your nerves just a tiny bit. Just always remember that what you're doing is a good thing. But Clara being a teacher slash superhero is an awesome thing. But I have one other teacher that's also a superhero that can basically beat Quilla to the pulp and also he is technically the heart of a series, so I'm sorry, Clara, but you have to move over for the better one because while I enjoy Clara being a t-shirt white superhero, there's only one that does it even better. For those old school Power Ranger fans, they were screaming at their TVs, computers, cell phones, tablets, whatever. But it was a little tear of joy for what they just saw. And you're welcome. To all the other old school fans, the new school fans, yeah. Um, hey, I gotta review the damn thing pretty soon, don't I? Well, there's always next month. Hint, hint, wink, wink. The 12th Doctor, played by the iconic, legendary, awesome, and just downright fucking amazing Peter Capaldi. As the Doctor's new introduction is nothing short of legendary, as Peter Capaldi does a great job playing a guy that's completely and losing his goddamn mind, and he does an amazing job.
Sorry, it's all my fault. My time machine was stuck in your throat. It happened to brought you along by accident. Let's move.
As it makes sense for the Doctor to be torn apart, as his regeneration was very confusing to him, as he was once a young man who was just chosen in much more older form. And much to his irritation, he wondered why he's chosen the form, as this new variation of the Doctor once always has a scientific reason for everything.
Spontaneous combustion. What devilry is this, sir? I don't know, but I probably blame the English.
But Peter, without a doubt, did his job brilliantly, using a very well done way of portraying this new version of the Doctor, and he does it so well. But my absolute favorite moment is when Matt Smith single-handedly passed down the torch to Peter Capaldi, and it was a worthy scene and moment.
Clara.
At that moment, I smiled and said, if Matt Smith can trust Peter Capaldi, then so can I, as he's done quite an amazing job, especially just for Series 8, Part 1. So, with that all said and done, let's talk about my favorite episodes of this series, as I only have a few for the Series 8 Part 1 that the Doctor here. So, let's talk about some of my favorite episodes and just kind of give them a rundown. Non-spoilery, mind you, because if you guys want to go and watch these episodes, do that. So, let's talk about some of my favorite episodes of the 12th Doctor, starting with Into the Dalek. After a race of Daleks exterminates a team of extraordinary fighter pilots out there in outer space, one just so happens to find the Doctor, asking him for help on something very important. Repairing one of the Doctor's longtime adversaries, a Dalek, as the Doctor is torn from taking this robot and repairing it even though he knows what it's for. So the Doctor, Clara, and a team of, agents go inside of the Dalek in order to repair it in the hopes of making it not for extermination. Even when the Doctor tries to make a Dalek good, give him a reason to fight for the side of justice and good, it's all for naught. As the Dalek, nicknamed Rusty, is still on the path of extermination, and he warns the Doctor that soon he will be exterminated.
I see into your soul, Doctor. I see beauty. I see divinity.
Robot of Sherwood. The Doctor had no reason for this one. He's just bored and he decides to let Clara pick the next destination, any place that Clara wants to go. She chooses Sherwood Forest, where they end up running into the world-famous archer, Robin Hood. But the Doctor is not very impressed by seeing dear Robin Hood. Like I said, the Peter Capaldi Doctor Who has the scientific reason for everything, and this time science had went out the window the moment when he sees the dear Robin Hood. Jeez. If Peter Capaldi lost his goddamn mind already, he already is losing his mind by seeing a grown man wearing fucking tight green tights. Though I wonder what his reaction would have been if he saw this version of Robin Hood.
This one almost had my name on it, didn't it? They're getting better, you know. You've got to admit it. They are getting better.
Yeah.
The next time that sheriff...
If you want even goofier, the Doctor fights Robin Hood using a frickin' spoon. I wish I was kidding. But anyhow, the Doctor chooses to not believe that Robin Hood actually exists because there is no reason for him to, so he only deduces that there is one cause. He's a robot. And it turns out the Doctor was actually right. This is actually a robot invasion that's happening during the era where Robin Hood, existed. It's a fun and goofy episode for a fun and goofy series, and it is worth a watch, especially if you can. It's just funny, great, and all the more heartwarming, and the actor behind Robin Hood is wonderful. It's definitely a worthy watch if you can ever find it, track it down, or whatever have you, and just give yourself a great old time by giving into the greatness of Doctor Who and Robin Hood.
Born into wealth and privilege, find the plight of the oppressed and weak too much to bear.
No.
Until one night he is moved to steal a TARDIS.
And yes, you heard that right. Robin Hood compared himself to Doctor Who. If that's not awesome, I don't know what the hell is anymore. That's right, you've heard it here, folks. The legendary literacy hero, the most famous hero in all literature, Robin Hood, compared himself to the awesomeness of Doctor Who. And if you don't think that is awesome and that the episode Robot of Sherwood isn't worth a watch, then you're out of your goddamn mind, because Robin Hood comparing himself to Doctor Who is nothing short of fucking awesome. Listen. A horror concepted episode. For the Doctor asks a simple question. Have you ever been in a room that's been so quiet that you do anything just to hear a noise? That the terrifying thought of something always behind you but you can't see it, but yet you know it's there, shivered down your spine, then this episode is for you. The Doctor contemplates about how this should happen, sending Clara out for the evening, informed himself, to try to figure out the mystery behind of these listeners. As they run across a young boy who just happens to be afraid of whatever lurks under the bed, for it is always there, watching me, and it will grab my feet if I leave. And also the payoff of what the monster is or who the monster is a great twist that you never see coming. And this episode is worth a watch.
Never to look.
Breath on the back of your neck.
And finally, my last favorite episode, Time Heist. The Doctor, Clara, and a few other people had been chosen on a very secret mission. The mission to break into the most impenetrable bank of the future. Yet, their mission is kind of, not told to them, as they only know to break into the bank to find something that is very valuable to each and every one of them. Now, in case that sounds like a goofy concept for an episode, in truth, it is, but it's such a fun episode that I didn't care and I had a fun, enjoying ride from right to the end. It's also kind of a horror-themed episode. I say kind of because it could be seen as horror, but I don't really know. It's mostly a bank heist episode, and it's a fun one. And also, the dramatic twist at the ending was definitely worth the watch. So give Time Heist a watch, especially if you have the time and the chance.
Give me a call sometime.
Doors opening.
He'll be dead.
Yeah, you'll be old. We'll get on famously. You'll be...
So, would I recommend Doctor Who or the 12th Doctor or Doctor Who Series 8, whatever they want to call it, to you fans out there? Duh! It's a fucking awesome series. It's an amazingly awesome series, and it's just so goddamn wonderful that you will really fall in love with it. Peter Capaldi's performance is incredible, and Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman have such a chemistry, it just worked for the two of them. So it really does recommend giving it a watch. Especially if you are like, the Doctor went from young to old, it's so weird, I don't like it. Don't go there. Please. Check this series out if you can, because the 12th Doctor is definitely worth your time, and Peter Capaldi is one amazing performer. So check out the 12th Doctor if and when you can. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, the link in the description down below. I will universe, I will wait you to keep eking on. And be sure to tell me in the comments down below who your favorite doctor is. And again, I will pin you all's Blockbuster 12 Doctor video in the comments down below where you can go and find it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, take care. Because next time we're going back to the comic book world. It's been a while since I've been there. And we're going to take a look at some Marvel Penguin Classic Collection, not of Spider-Man, but this time of one of Marvel's most unique and also popular characters. So come back next time as we'll be taking a look at the Penguin Classic Collection of the King of Wakanda.